and it shows that no one is above the law, which is important, not even the president's son. No one is above the law.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, you know, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Oh, really? Well, how about we add some additional fraud charges onto you? And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud, which I would say you could get about 20 years in prison. So that's a death sentence for him.
The View co-host, Sunny Hostin's world has been rocked as her surgeon husband faces shocking allegations in one of New York's largest federal insurance fraud cases ever.
Well, there you go. 2025 starting very, very transparent, I see, huh? Not willingly, but either way, transparency is always key. Right now, we're about to react to, let's just say, a little bit of karma. Well, we know Sunny Hostin, she is so like obsessed with Donald Trump to the point that she cannot stop calling him a convict. Guess what? Guess who is facing a Rico charge right now? Just take the wildest guess. You don't know? All right, I'll tell you right now. Yes, her husband, her doctor husband is facing a legal lawsuit right now. He is facing a Rico charge. He is being indicted as we speak. Let's just say allegedly until the full facts come out. But as we know, there's over 200 people, I believe 200 people who is coming out and they're trying to debunk it by saying, oh, look, listen, this is just a reach from the insurance company. They're going bankrupt, so they need some money, and this is the only way they could do it so they can get to the lawsuit civilly, and this way, you know, maybe nobody goes to jail, but they lose money. No, that's not how it goes right now. Listen, sweetheart, you gotta face the fire. You put your foot in your own mouth. Let's see how this is about to play out. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, everyone. Hold on to your seats because this story is wild. The View's Sunny Hostin is facing a media storm, but not for her usual outspoken opinions. This time, it's her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, who's making headlines after being caught up in one of the largest Rico fraud cases in New York's history. Yup, the scandal is so big that ABC might just be showing Sunny the door. Let's dive into this jaw-dropping saga and see how things are unraveling.
The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries. The insurance firm, American Transit, was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier.
So, here's the backstory. Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, a respected orthopedic surgeon, is accused of being part of a massive insurance fraud scheme involving over 200 defendants. Yes, you heard that right. 200. This isn't your run-of-the-mill scandal. We're talking alleged kickbacks, unnecessary surgeries, and insurance claims targeting taxi, Uber, and Lyft drivers. The insurance company, American Transit, claims they were duped into footing the bill for procedures that might not have even been necessary. Can you believe it? According to the lawsuit, Dr. Hostin is accused of disguising kickbacks as dividends or cash distributions. In simpler terms, they're saying he orchestrated a sophisticated scheme to game the system. The cherry on top, these surgeries, arthroscopic ones to be exact, were allegedly performed without medical necessity.
It's always the people that always do the pointing.
It sounds like one of those cases of those injury attorneys, you understand, the janky promoter ones. Well, let's just say it looked like they got their hand caught in a cookie jar. Not only that, seems like they were getting a little bit too greedy. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, I'm sure he's not the only one doing this, but this definitely will shed light, and this will definitely change things how it's gonna go going forward. Let's just say plenty of doctors that were scamming and getting by, yeah, they're gonna really dislike this guy right here because he kind of like blew everything out of proportion, and now the cat's out the hat. How they say it in the scam world, this motion has been overdone. Now it's time for you guys to get a new type of wave going on, a new motion. Well, we all know scammers gonna always scam, they always prevail. However, most of them go to jail. So let's see how this continues.
Oh, everybody can rest in peace now. The irony. And yes, karma does exist. Remember when they went after Trump? Karma exists. It does.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to.
Now, I'm no specialist, I'm no professional, but you know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like fraud. It sounds like coercion. If you're not getting paid up front, why are you still going with the procedure so you can hit them at the end with a ridiculous amount? I see what's going on right here. Like I said, I'm no lawyer, I'm no DA. But one thing I do have is common sense.
I heard evidence of criminality. And I thought, my God, this committee is doing the work and laying the groundwork for Merrick Garland's Justice Department. I heard federal crimes. I heard 3 in particular. And I think what is...
Look.
Wait, hold on. Let Sonny get in here.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it.
Second.
Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
3 weeks later.
Republicans will call him a slap on the wrist, but Hunter Biden now has a criminal record.
Yeah. And that's what they wanted, right?
Well, and it shows that no one is above the law, which is important, not even the president's son. No one is above the law.
Yeah, no one is above the law. Not even your husband, Sonny Hostin. You understand what I'm saying? She got some nerve calling Donald Trump a convict. Why are you guys picking a convict or a convicted felon to be the president to run your country? Look at you now. Your own husband is a convicted felon. What now? What you got to say to that?
No one is above the law.
I couldn't agree more.
Sonny Hostin's husband, Manny, an orthopedic surgeon, has been named as a defendant in a lawsuit, a Rico lawsuit. Not just any Rico case, but the largest Rico case ever filed in New York. He and 199 other defendants are named in this lawsuit. They're accused of getting kickbacks by performing surgery, fraudulently billing a company that takes care of taxis and Uber and Lyft between surgeries. Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including surgeries. Insurance firm from American Transit was billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Hostin's attorney, which is really interesting because did you know Sonny Hostin is an attorney? Hostin's attorney, Daniel Thwatz, his client denies each and every accusation. He calls the lawsuit a blanket scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near bankrupt insurance company. So of course now people are going back and looking at footage of her talking about her husband, and guess what they found? It's hard to tell exactly what she's talking about specifically in this clip, but just see what you think.
Doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
Remember her countless jabs at Donald Trump over his lawsuits.
Something that I'm still struggling with, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on, is how did a convicted felon resonate more with Americans than a hyper-qualified woman of color?
Well, Sonny, look like you need to ask your husband that. Look like you were loving one at the same time. Let's not be a hypocrite. Oh, I forgot. Someone's at your door. I think it's Karma. Yes, go answer it.
I mean, I just didn't like the optics of a convicted felon sitting in the White House near a fireplace.
Now is Whoopi said that we have a convicted felon in the White House. Those questions should not be asked of anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Are you saying people who are felons can't vote? Well, why are you letting them run the country? You know? Why is that
Remember her fiery debates on The View? Or when she compared certain political events to historic atrocities? Now, with her own family in the spotlight, her critics are calling her out for what they see as hypocrisy. Talk about a plot twist. Now, let's not forget, Sonny and Emmanuel have been married since 1998, raising 2 kids and sharing what seemed like the perfect life. It's almost surreal to see their family thrust into this public legal drama. And while Sonny has often talked about her husband on air, this level of scrutiny is something no one could have prepared for. So, what do you think, guys? Is this lawsuit a desperate move by the insurance company? Or is there something more to the allegations? Let me know in the comments below, because this is one of those stories where everyone has an opinion. But this case isn't just about the Hostins. It's about the integrity of our healthcare system, the ethics of insurance practices, and how public figures navigate personal scandals. If Dr. Hostin is found guilty, it could lead to serious reforms and potentially set a precedent for similar cases nationwide.
Here's a clip I want you guys to see of Sonny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme. Play the clip, Rob.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband. Something that I'm still struggling with, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on, is how did a convicted felon resonate more with Americans than a hyper-qualified woman of color?
I mean, I just didn't like the optics of a convicted felon sitting in the White House near a fireplace.
Now is Whoopi said that we have a convicted felon in the White House. Those questions should not be asked of anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Are you saying people who are felons can't vote? Well, why are you letting them run the country? You know? Why is that
If he gets convicted, every single convicted felon in this country should be able to vote.
Well, you think there should also be some soul searching on the Republican side, who need to analyze why they would nominate a convicted felon who ran on lies, threats of retribution, and concepts of a...
Sonny Hostin I think she went to Binghamton undergrad, and she went to Notre Dame Law School, which is a great law school. Her son right now is at Harvard. That son she wants us to think is sitting there oppressed, who she's got to fight on behalf of because America is so awful to him. They're educating him right now at Harvard University. And Jason, would you take a look at this? Because I'm going to guess, I haven't been to your house down in Tennessee, but I'm going to guess it doesn't look like this. This is Sonny Hostin's home in this shitty country that she can't stand, that doesn't treat black people like Sonny well. She let People magazine feature her home. Look at this dump. This country sucks. She went to Notre Dame Law School. She makes millions on The View. Her son's at Harvard. I'm sure her daughter's at private school on her way to some Ivy League. This is where Sonny lives. And F off, America.
In my opinion, this is why I feel like she should have just fell back. Listen, we all got situations at home, and I'm not saying like this, illegal situations. Sometimes it's not good to keep poking the bear because it's going to attack you. With that being said, tread carefully. Be careful, be mindful. Most importantly, be yourself. With that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, hit that like button, definitely subscribe to the channel, and also hit the notification bell. I did not expect this, not for 2025, no.